Now, before I start with this video, I just want to say hats off to Bo Nickal. He could have taken another fight against an absolute schmuck, but instead, he's actually testing himself against Rodolfo Vieira. However, because Bo Nickal is fighting a legitimate fighter, I think Rodolfo Vieira is going to school Bo Nickal over the course of 3 rounds. All right, this is unfortunately going to be Bo Nickal's second fraud check. Well, actually, it's fortunate for me because I was never really the biggest fan of Bo Nickal in the first place. But to any of you guys who are seemingly Bo Nickal fans, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, then this is kind of unfortunate for you guys because let's look at the stylistic breakdown between these two fighters. All right. We got Rodolfo Vieira over here. All right. He's 11-3. You don't think it's the most impressive record. However, look at the competition he's been fighting. He's been fighting Trayshawn Gore, Andre Petrosky. And I thought that Rodolfo Vieira beat Andre Petrosky. Submitted Armin Petrosian in the first round. Submitted Cody Brundage in the second round. That's right, Bo Nickel. He did it first. You're nothing special just because you did it on UFC 300. The only fights he's lost are against Anthony Hernandez, who is a top level middleweight right now, and Chris Curtis in 2022. Chris Curtis in 2022, I'd say was a very solid middleweight. So I don't hold either of these losses against Rodolfo Vieira because especially the Chris Curtis fight, it was reasonably competitive, right? And now what kind of way or style does Rodolfo Vieira fight? All right, this guy is an elite level jiu-jitsu practitioner, all right? Not the best wrestling takedowns, and on the feet he is open to anyone who's fast and dynamic, but at the same time, all right, if you're just a silly power puncher, then Rodolfo Vieira is fundamentally sound enough to beat you across 3 rounds. Take, for example, the Trayshawn Gore fight. Rodolfo Vieira, although he couldn't make that many takedowns successfully, he was able to just box up Trayshawn Gore on the feet. And Trayshawn Gore is a guy known for being able to scrap out like brawly boxing fights. And Armin Petrosky, all right? Although I shit on Armin Petrosky, and this does kind of look bad on paper, I thought Andre Petrosky clearly lost the fight to Rodolfo Vieira. Rodolfo Vieira throughout the entire fight was landing more shots. Andre Petrosky didn't really do much of anything to get past the defense of Rodolfo Vieira. And again, Andre Petrosky failed nearly every single takedown. And again, he just got outstruck. So I don't know how Rodolfo Vieira even lost that fight. Again, the only fights I see Rodolfo Vieira legitimately losing so far are Chris Curtis and Anthony Hernandez. And let's be real, Bo Nickel ain't on the level of uh, Chris Curtis in 2022 and Anthony Hernandez. Okay, but now let's take a look at Bo Nickel's strength of schedule, all right? He's coming off the loss to RDR. RDR is a top level middleweight right now. Can you hold it that much against him? No, but if you watch the fight, it was the way that Bo Nickel lost, right? Which is ultimately why I'm gonna pick against him. And keep in mind, Bo Nickel's track record wasn't all that impressive to begin with, right? He beat Paul Craig via decision. Paul Craig is a walking corpse in late 2024/2025. For goodness sakes, he just retired because Modestas Bukauskas sent him to the Shadow Realm in the first round at UFC Paris. Now we look at the Cody Brundage fight, all right? Cody Brundage had some level of success, all right? If Cody Brundage is able to have some level of success against you, I don't think there's a big future for you in the UFC. And even before then, okay, he knocked out Val Woodburn in what 38 seconds. Val Woodburn got cut from the UFC. All right, Val Woodburn is not UFC caliber in the first place. So is Jamie Pickett, which is technically Bo Nickel's first win, and Bo Nickel could not get the submission before groin kicking Jamie Pickett. All right, he was very iffy to say that Bo Nickel is going to be like a ranked level UFC middleweight. Still very iffy now to even consider Bo Nickel like a decent level middleweight. Again, it's not just because, oh, we lost to Rainer de Ritter. Again, Rainer de Ritter is super good right now. The problem is, just look at the way Bo Nickel fights. All right, he is a collegiate level wrestler who refuses to shoot takedowns on anybody who has some sort of jujitsu. Like, what are we doing here? This guy is gonna be the answer to Hamza Chimaev? Like, no, get the fuck out of here with that. All right, Bo Nickel, simply put, is not gonna do well against any sort of person who has like renowned jujitsu. Uh, Bo Nickel, he just will refuse to grapple with them. It's not even like he's like just bad against that stylistic matchup. He actively refuses to do anything against those guys. On the feet too, like what is he actually really gonna do? He's just gonna throw the overhand left to the body and then try to come in with the right hook. There's nothing much to Bo Nickel's game. I'm going to suspect that Rodolfo Vieira can figure it out within like the first couple of exchanges. It's not like Bo Nickel's like knocking everyone out left and right. Right, fair enough. Bo Nickel has a KO over what Val Woodburn, but that's Val Woodburn again. So I'm not gonna put too much stock into Bo Nickel's KO power. And ultimately, I also believe that Rodolfo Vieira is a lot more experienced. All right, Bo Nickel. Oh, he got the experience of a top level middleweight. Like that don't mean shit. Right, his collegiate level wrestling don't mean shit. Uh, Quite frankly, most of his wins outside of the Paul Craig fight don't mean that much shit. And Bo Nickel, simply put, is dog shit. All right, he is not the answer to Hamza Chimaev. He is going to get cut right after this because there is no point in marketing a Bo Nickel fight at this point. And hopefully, right? Hopefully, I get to say this. Bo Nickel is going to be handed his second fraud check, and we will be rooting for Rodolfo Vieira because fuck Bo Nickel. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. Leave a comment down below how you guys seeing the fight play out between Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. Do you actually think that Bo Nickel has a chance? Because I don't, but if you do, I would love to hear why you would think so. All right, but other than that, though, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can get this channel monetized. But other than that, though, I will probably see you guys in a couple of hours. I don't know what video I'm gonna post, but I'll think of something. So yeah. Peace.